welcome to the 8th episode of the Butler Collegian DAWGCAST, a podcast series for Butler students, by Butler students. My name is Eva Hallman, a multimedia editor of the Butler Collegian and host of the DAWGCAST. I'm so happy that you guys have decided to join this episode. Shout out to one of my multimedia reporters, Kayla, for hosting the previous DAWGCAST. She absolutely killed it, and we will be seeing more of her as a guest host on the DAWGCAST in the forthcoming episodes. But this is the second to last episode of the year, which is absolutely crazy. We've gone through 8 episodes so far, but we have a full day, full packed of things to cover. We're gonna go through news, we're gonna go through sports, events on campus, we're gonna meet a club on campus, so much, all here with the Butler Collegian. Let's get into our first news story, and it's almost solar eclipse time. The promo has been on for forever, so it's about finally time to see the solar eclipse. So on April 8th, Indianapolis will experience a total solar eclipse, throwing the university and surrounding areas into total darkness for 4 minutes. Indianapolis has not experienced a total solar eclipse since the 19th century. This event will be occupied by an event viewing party taking place on campus because classes have been canceled. Around a dozen solar telescopes will be dispersed around campus with students' guides to assist students in viewing this space phenomenon. This defining moment in Indianapolis's history is something students will not want to miss out. Check out news editors Ryan's story online at the Butler Collegian. We will hear about another news story on campus in between segments. So a lot has happening recently with Butler athletics. So it's a good thing we always have Aaron Rhodes lined up ready for the Butler Collegian Sports Report. Take it away, Aaron.
Thank you, Eva, and welcome back to the Butler Collegian Sports Report. I am multimedia reporter Aaron Rhodes. Let's kick things off talking about the baseball team. The team currently has a 12-14 record, and they just recently split their recent series with IU 2-2. They took the last game with a score of 8-5. Joey Urban went 4-for-4 at the plate, including a solo home run, and Cole Graverson would earn the win on the mound for the Dogs. The next game is April 2nd against Eastern Illinois. Now for the tennis teams, the men's team is 7-14 and 3-1 in conference play. The Dogs will fall to St. Louis 4-3 on March 29th. The men's team will be back in action at Butler in a battle for the 3-1-7 against IUPUI. The women's team is 11-9 and 1-4 in conference. The women's team would sweep Marion on Senior Day on March 30th. The two seniors honored were Natalie Bozing and Delaney Schramer, who both won their singles matches in a big-time way. The women's team will be back in action on April 10th at home against Northwestern Ohio. The two track teams, the teams recently competed in the Raleigh Relays hosted by NC State. Jesse Hamlin yet again was amazing as he beat out 197 other competitors to win the men's 5,000-meter race. Abby Olson set a new personal best in the women's 10,000 meters with a time of 34:51.55 as she placed 3rd in her section and 30th overall. The team is back in action on April 6th at the Jim Vargo Invitational in Louisville, Kentucky. The softball team is 15-19 on the year and 4-8 in conference play. They picked up a win on March 30th against conference foe Seton Hall, winning 5-2. The team will be back in action on April 3rd against Dayton. Now for both golf teams, the men's team placed 4th out of 18 as a team in the App State Surf Club Invitational. The Dogs finished the tournament at 8 under as a team. The women's golf team placed 13th out of 15 teams at the WKU Spring Break Shootout in Dade City, Florida on March 18th and 19th. The Dogs would shoot 904 as a team or 52 over par. This has been the Butler Collegian Sports Report with multimedia reporter Aaron Rhodes. Back to you, Eva.
Thanks, Aaron. And to stay up to date on all things Butler athletics, check out the Butler Collegian Sports section or the multimedia section on YouTube as well. So the next segment we have is Club Chat, where we get to know various clubs and organizations here on campus. For this episode, a multimedia reporter, Jack, sat down with best buddies to learn more about their organization.
Thanks, Eva. Welcome to Club Chat, where we talk to various groups on campus and learn more about them. Today I'm here with Ellie Fleener of Best Buddies. And Ellie, what is Best Buddies?
So Best Buddies is a chapter across the nation. Butler actually has its own chapter, and it's just a club that students and locals can get involved in that have physical or intellectual disabilities to help form a friendship and give those who don't have a chance at a college experience opportunities to go to different basketball games, hang out on campus, and have that one-on-one type of friendship to help advocate for inclusion.
All right, and why is it important to you?
It's important to me because growing up, I was around so many people with different disabilities. My mom worked with people with disabilities, and I've just learned that they actually have a ton of different capabilities that people overlook, and they should have the same opportunities that a lot of people without disabilities have. So being able to be a part of the club just means a lot to me to serve as another voice for those group of individuals.
All right, perfect. And the Friendship Walk coming up in April, what is that?
So the Friendship Walk is just another way to raise awareness of the chapter and different chapters all across Indiana. It's happening here in Indianapolis. It's another great way to fundraise, and then all that money goes back to Best Buddies to help with hosting events, maybe those who need it, different things like that to help make the club possible.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Ellie. And next we'll catch up with Clara Zunica. Now I am here with Clara, who is the event planner of Best Buddies. Clara, why is Best Buddies important to you?
I think it's important to me because the club does a really great job at promoting inclusivity among students here at Butler, and just from the friends that I've made with IDD along the years being in Best Buddies, I think it's important to them that they can have this club to kind of make friendships and really develop those strong bonds.
Perfect. And how can students get involved with Best Buddies?
So we'll have a table every year at Block Party at the beginning of the year where you can get information, and there'll be a call-out meeting at the beginning of the year as well.
Perfect. You can find them on social media at Best Buddies. Again, this has been multimedia reporter Jack Francis with Club Chat. Back to you, Eva.
Again, thank you, Jack and Best Buddies, for coming on the DAWGCAST so we can learn more about your incredible organization. Now let's get into our next news story. So the First Friday series will hold its final event on Friday, April 5th, focusing on the Arts Administration Department, including student-led tours and information about classes, events, and projects happening within the program. This is the first year that this series has taken place, beginning in the fall of the academic year and featuring one of the departments within the Jordan College of the Arts each month. The series kicked off with an event featuring Department of Dance in November, right before the annual performance of the Nutcracker. Throughout the day, there were ballet classes, Nutcracker rehearsals that were open to observe, as well as guided tours that will visited the dance studio, costume shop, conditioning room, and costume storage. So learn more about this Friday's event by checking out Erica's story online at the Butler Collegian. And be sure to check out the final First Fridays with JCA this year. So go and check that out on Friday. So speaking of events, there are so much happening this week and just the end of the school year. So that is a good thing that multimedia reporter Drew Ellis will be sharing the top 3 things you need to know.
Thanks, Eva. This is Drew Ellis with the top 3 things you need to know for this week on Butler University's campus. We've got an exciting time ahead of us. Let's get right into it. First up, we've got an exciting BCR. Head down to Robertson Hall to hear the JCA Composers Orchestra. Can't make it in person? Join the live stream found on Butler Engage. It's sure to be a fun night of good tunes. Join the Butler University Ambassadors for Special Olympics on Tuesday for an afternoon of fun and friendly competition as they kick off Spring Sports Week. Get ready to play some exciting lawn games that promise thrills and laughter for all. Whether you're a seasoned player or trying your hand for the first time, come out and show your support for a great cause. Finally, don't miss out on Monday's rare total solar eclipse, as Butler University is right in the path of totality. Join us for a viewing party and witness this incredible event. Whether you're a seasoned astronomer or just curious, come share the wonder of the universe with friends. That's all for now. Be sure to get out there and take advantage of the wonderful opportunities this campus has to offer. This has been Drew Ellis with your top 3 things of the week. Back to you, Eva.
Thanks, Drew. It sounds like there's lots of fun happening on campus, and especially, again, check out the JCA First Friday and the solar eclipse on Monday. So this weather has been ever changing, but it's starting to pick up now. We're starting to see the fall on campus is coming back to life. We have the flowers on the trees are growing back, so it's definitely a good sign here by Fairbanks. But let's take a look at next week's weather. So the highest is 63, mostly cloudy and sunny this week, but next week is looking pretty rainy, but the temperatures will stay in the 60s and the 70s, which hitting 70 is just what all college students want. And soon we'll see people on the mall again with their hammocks playing spike ball, so it's definitely, campus will come alive once we hit 70 degrees again. Well, that concludes the 8th episode of the Butler Collegian DAWGCAST. Again, check out the Butler Collegian website for all things news, sports, culture, opinion, multimedia, and more. You can find this DAWGCAST series on YouTube and Spotify currently. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening today. We really do appreciate it. Again, this has been your host, Multimedia Editor Eva Hallman, and I will see you all next time.